This is the human who other people named Deb Helfrich, but I'm about to fix all that. So the title of this was de-gender-cizing while re-adolescenting. Oh dear, that's a difficult word. Adolescencing. Re-adolescencing. Whew. See, so this is the truth, Ruth. I had a toxic mold exposure and I lost the capacity for my brain to talk and walk. And y'all trying to make me homeless because for some reason I'm supposed to be able to earn a living when I cannot either walk or talk. And I've been made to be utterly alone my whole life simply because I had a lot of human nutrition carrying around with me because my body knew nothing was safe in our world. We were not being touched. There was no affection, no emotion. My body's like, child, you need to get to stepping. Go find some people, some belonging. But that's what things are like in my community of origin. This is where Dave Chappelle called them the tiki torch whites. These people, this whiteness, I'm ending it. Fierce love, okay? If it's not me, it won't be anybody else. This is how we all deserve to feel about our work. This is how we all deserve to feel about everything that's hurt us in our past, that we've come to surmount it, and that we're now so strong from having surmounted being a total and complete hermit for the decade prior to the pandemic, getting healthy enough to go, I'm going to go out in March 2020. And then being locked the fuck in. Unable to earn a living still, because now everybody online and ain't nobody paying for philosophy. This is what the philosophy went extinct. Because, business, you got they don't like the ideas, they like the numbers. Well, the numbers don't add up on life. Escalating chronic disease, mental health is like on the verge of a tsunami. Because what happens when 7.8 billion people are collectively traumatized by a pandemic that isolates us from the human contact and support? That's how we've always learned how to adapt and cope to situations. In the time of the internet, when all we all do is walk around talking about your thoughts of your life and you're responsible for everything that's wrong with society. We are blaming individuals for systemic and structural things. I mean, thank goodness we got Black people. Black lives are necessary. Oh. Hashtag wellbeing philosophy, because I am the she Socrates of this generation. I am the smartest human that has ever existed up until this particular point when it comes to my particular brand of philosophical Socratic monologuing. I mean, I just made up my own career and my own category of philosophy, and of course I'm the best. Think how rich the world will be where people get to be exactly who they were born to be. They take all their lived experiences and nothing hurts them anymore. They're not ashamed of having been 333 pounds. They just walk up people, hi, I used to be 333 pounds. And then no one will pay them. Why are y'all paying all these motherfucking diet gurus who've never, ever lived in a large body to tell you how to be thin? They know how to stay thin, but they don't know how to get thin. So now I'm on LinkedIn realizing that I better come out as non-binary. I have been using hermaphrodite here and there in the work being my stand-up Socratic monologues that I perform to myself as trauma healing, because none of y'all will pay the fuck attention to me. Oh, humanity. I'm trying to save you from self-extincting by simply increasing the global thinking quotient. Again, I'm failing because I'm not capable of selling the keys to human health. I'm not selling. Got to help people be well. Then there's abundance all over the place. Abundance. Asking people who are sick to pay even more money when they need to rest and not work. Just a fucking Ponzi scheme. So, since I was morbidly obese since I was an infant, like, gender didn't matter. Yeah, I did wear my just do it's. I mean, there was a time when I'd be like, oh yeah, I would take a job to pay $10,000 less just as long as I can wear my just do it's. Cause my feet hurt so bad. Couldn't put on other shoes. Not that I was gonna be just doing anything besides thinking. I do marathons of thinking. Eddie Izzard. Can't believe I didn't get to have my debut with Eddie Izzard while she was running on the treadmill. 31 days in January. I was typing in the chat. Sarah saw me enough too. And I was thinking, hoping that she really liked the question about the fact that my philosophical brain from the linguistics professor on Twitter coinciding with somebody asking a question about like Turkish and Chinese not having gendered pronouns. And Deb's going, well, what about Swahili, Yoruba, and Zulu? Quick Google says there's no gendered pronouns in the three. Really, by population, those probably the three most spoken African languages: Swahili, Yoruba, Zulu. I'm gonna give that. I mean, the construct of sub-Saharan Arabic aside, it's ancestral. Yeah, I don't know. Don't. I'm not a linguistic. Evolutionary scholar. I'm getting to understanding how this all pieces together. I see you sapiens, y'all Val. I do. I see you sapiens. And Ms. Evolution just does this on improv, dude. So, all right. So, Zulu doesn't have gendered pronouns. Yoruba, Swahili, but we'll stick with Zulu because the name I gave myself, since we're coming out with depronominating while renaming. as I de-gender-cized and re-adolescenting. I'm thinking the internet might just freeze on me. The challenges of being really smart. So, Zenzile is my Zulu name. You're responsible for what you become. And as Zenzi, I now distracted myself from stomping Brontosaurus, or whether my landlady will ration my internet access. That's how whiteness functions. You are having trouble paying, they will make it even harder for you to earn money. The thing is, she's a generation above me. It's come to her attention that she just needs to force me to go out to get a job during the pandemic. Having known when I moved in that I had to work virtually because of my mold-induced multiple chemical sensitivity, that I had been a hermit for many years and that I came here to heal. But now in the middle of a pandemic, when the government's saying do not go out, she believes she can turn off my internet access so I'll go out and make money because she thinks I'm gaming or something, or gaming her or the system. Or I have a molded over brain. I'm doing phenomenal work rewiring this shit. My neuroplasticity index is off the freaking chain. But a body can't lose 200 pounds based on the financial, relentless monthly demands. 200 pounds just don't. You got to mindfully. At the shoulders. I have a problem with the shoulders. It's a little cold. A little chilly. Because I don't keep the heat up. I'm mindful. I'm not just wasting no money willy-nilly. I'm respectful. I am in a tremendous amount of abuse and neglect. I'm living, it's right now. Forget about your PTSD. I know that's huge. I'm not taking anything away from the humans who've experienced something so tragic that they can't move past it. But what about the human experiencing something so tragic right now that she can't get anyone to pay her any attention? That's the tragedy. The only fucking thing wrong with me is I have no humans to talk to when I'm trying to rewire my brain. And if you don't know how to talk to humans, you can't make any money. So being somebody who's taking away my capacity to talk to humans, punishing somebody who is ill should be a crime. Punishing somebody who is ill should be a goddamn crime. That's all the U.S. of hypocrisy does. Yeah, all right. Now I've done some good material. I'm thinking I'd get all that She-Hulk. But I'm goddamn fearing for my goddamn life. And all anyone says is they too busy to talk to me. Why don't I write more at a 5th grade level? I need to do 1-minute videos for the internet. I need to hire a copywriter and spend 50 times more of my life force putting things on 2,700 different social media sites than listening to my body that is trying to stay alive. Your body's trying to stay alive. You disrupt all of that crucial communication. You end up not just dying early yourself, but a human who has to go to such dramatic lengths. I am, my shoulders is really cold. It's funny. That's not normally the case. That's what happens when you're not carrying an extra person around for the insulation. So I was non-binary because I never had to pick a gender. I picked having 3 feet of red hair. That's really about the only thing. There was a point when I had to get my ears pierced. Like when somebody told me green couldn't be my favorite color, it should be pink. There's some little things like people like said these things like I had to like go along, and I'm open-minded. I'd try these things. That pink thing really pissed me off. Pretty in pink. I'm gorgeous in green. And seriously, Molly, I mean, you don't look good. Who is anybody fooling? Girl, put yourself in some browns. Like, center all that coloredness. That pink, it just, I didn't get it. I still don't. I lost something in there. Because this is my embodied empathy. Trust your own body. Everything else, most especially what you think your mind is telling yourself. Trust your body. It is the only truth you have. Now, soon as you start trusting your body and you are going to become BFFs. Your body's only job is to keep you alive. Everything else is non-truthful. I mean, the government might say it's truthful. The judge might say it's truthful. Your boss might say it's truthful. But if your body says, I can't wake up and be at the job at 8 a.m., do you see how harmful our society is? Telling people when to do what to wear, telling them they got to be called this, that, and everything. We just got this so fundamentally wrong, and I know it seems overwhelming when you're going at all of this in different silos. But if we just stop dehumanizing people, then racism goes away, sexism, genderism, biases about who people like to have pleasure with. So, stuck around this long, and who is? Nobody listen. I'm in danger of dying from homelessness, a very painful and senseless death that will not be in the best interest of humanity, because I'm ready. I'm ready to bring philosophy to everybody, and I'm ready to perform. And occasionally, my body needs to express its truth. It's the greatest gift I can give people, is to become comfortable with all your flubs, is to tell yourself your own story in a way that you are. Always right about yourself. Now, sometimes we have to negotiate with the world and others around us. But in the way contemporary adults in the US of hypocrisy live, we are just denying ourselves to be who we are. And far too many times we use some of the sort of Buddhist, some of the more meditative ancient practices to say, no mind. No mind is the clutch to interconnection. But if you are fully empowered in interconnected state, this will happen. You'll start changing the framework of civilization for the greatest good. Now, I'm a philosopher, I'm a thinker, I'm the one supposed to be initiating the dialogues. So this will be a little Dr. Evil if men were at it, because they'd be trying to build ventures and trying to get $1 billion in to their own motherfucking bank account. They'd be trying to be like, shit, Elon got Mars, what, Jupiter, Saturn, I'm fuck it, Uranus? That's the only one left? Y'all know I'm from Venus. My favorite. Serena don't have no planet. I mean, she youngest is all that. Venus. Yawning is fundamental. Reading? Well, that's the only way I stayed alive. Playing with myself. And I wouldn't just read. There was a lot of play acting going on. And there was quite a great deal of Deb having Socratic dialogues with the characters in the books. Tesseracting! For those of you Wrinkle in Time fans, I'm here to tell you what, as I announce I'm human potential, I can tesseract. Done it. And televise my evolution. That's what this really is. This is confronting the extraordinarily stressful and assault of the US of hypocrisy on a very sick individual who's been forced to live a life utterly alone. It's a civilizational assault on me, y'all. And weathering this and adapting, and I can not get anyone to pay me any attention, to pay me an annual salary, to invest in the global symposium employing philosophy to unite African, Eastern, and Western approaches to do-it-yourself healthcare. philosophical hypothesis of bioelectricity, yo. It's abundance incarnate. Now, all y'all time keepers busting in my gate, going, keep it under 25. Get it done, Deb. Score it and let it go. So this has been Deb Helfrich, hashtag Redheaded She-Hulk. I'm the founder of hashtag Wellbeing Philosophy. Google or YouTube my hashtags and be in touch with me on LinkedIn. Harmony, y'all.